And that's what it is. We ready for a recap? Okay. No, I do not. I believe every single word of that evaluation. Every word. Cliff Notes recap. Okay. Okay. Throughout this whole journey of the other court hearings and what's going on there, a lot of people have shared information with me, all different mechanisms. Some people just send a message, what they think, who they know, what relative works for the police, what, all that. I don't know. I really don't know who these, I don't know who these people are. Some send screenshots. There's so many different mechanisms. Some people look up a judge's schedule. Some people just look up case numbers on a, DCFS website. I don't know. Some people look up, dockets, all kinds of different things. And everything that has been shared to me to date has been, I've heard about it out in the streets. Different people learned about it at the same time probably that I did. And if I spent some really lengthy time investigating, I could trace it back to Gabby releasing it. I think she has released everything to date. Some things served up right to me in the hope that I'm going to come on and repeat it. I can't tell you the effort that has been made since Cam was taken, the effort that has been made by people to convince me he was home. People close to Gabby. And immediate suspicion. Anybody tooken, sorry, fair enough. Anybody that was really trying to convince me of that, they were on FaceTime. Nope, not unless I see it. Nope. But again, I just listen, I watch, sometimes I give my opinion, but everything I think up to this point has been leaked out by Gabby. And my understanding now is all of these, what I've heard over the past, day, 24 hours, 30 hours, is all the different people that usually send me things were saying to me, what do you know? My source, people that usually know things don't know them, can't get, everything's on lockdown. I know it was confidential before. I don't understand levels of security, but something has been elevated. Something has been elevated regarding their case information. And it could be a variety of reasons. It could, and I'm just saying this because someone knowledgeable explained it to me. Somebody that has no idea who Gabby is, what this case number is, what anything, somebody knowledgeable explained to me that sometimes in family court, things can go up layers of security because it could be a couple of things. It could be that there were serious breaches in confidentiality that were harmful. It could also be that there are going to be criminal charges pursued from a case that is in family court, and that's a protection method regarding evidence and other things. I don't know why no one that seems to be able to find out information has not been able to get information. Last night when I jumped in gag order, I don't think so, but maybe, I don't know. I jumped in Feisty's box to try to de-escalate her. And I bluffed. I said that, of course, everybody, I did proclaim that there was a court case. I told people that. I believe there was court scheduled. I believe that court was scheduled last week when Gabby said it wasn't. My understanding, I don't know this first, my understanding is that there was some technicality that she wasn't notified in time. But I said last night when I jumped in Feisty's box was I'm not ready to talk about court. I'm still trying to vet things. I heard it didn't go, like, all I know is it didn't go well. I didn't know shit at that point. I knew nothing. I assume that everything wasn't thrown out of court because I feel like Gabby would have made sure somebody knew that, her child was home and happy. But I bluffed and said that. And today, sure enough, I was delivered a message from someone that is a direct connection to Gabby. And I'm not going to reveal who, but they provided information, and they told me that they obtained this information in the streets of TikTok, and they wanted to know how everyone else found out before they did. And how could everybody be talking? How could everybody be talking on Reddit and TikTok and videos before this person knew? So that leads us to what I was told. I am sharing with all of you what this person told me, and I'm telling you that I believe this, and I also believe that it's not the full story. I believe that this is what Gabby has put out there, and she's willing to share this information, but I also believe that there's something more serious, just like, sharing information before, but not the judge's order, because that might have shown that, something more negligible on her part. What I was told is that at court on Monday, Aaron and Gabby had court. Aaron had petitioned for temporary custody of the child, and it was denied. I had heard, and this is not a fact. I had heard that Aaron was interested in doing that, asking, or it, not, I shouldn't say interested, that's a bad choice of words. Aaron was willing to maybe leave the house if that would be a better opportunity for him to get custody. I do believe now, because of what I've observed from Gabby, it's their visitation isn't together, and it's also not necessarily equal. I think that was visible when Aaron on Saturday, it really seemed like he let Cam's voice be on there for a second. Gabby was at home. You can, just read between the lines. I believe that their visitation is separate. Aaron had petitioned, it was denied. Only supervised visits now, and they lost their overnight privileges, their overnight visitation completely. I believe that because Sunday night a week ago, I think Aaron showed Cameron in bed. Gabby is no longer permitted to go to or to use telehealth regarding her mental health or medication treatment plan. She must be in person to get her meds regulated. And if the court ordered that, that means the court is going to monitor it. That they're going to monitor it. I believe that what has been shared with me is true, and I believe that there is probably more that wasn't shared with me that is more severe. I believe it is my opinion only that the child is in foster care and they're not going to get him back for a while. My opinion. My opinion. I really haven't. I mean, I've given a little bit of thought to, what Gabby might do. If you ask me right now what I think she'll be back on, I don't know, a couple days, next week. I do not think she will be talking about her son at all. I don't think that she will be pretending that she's taking him to school. And if you notice, if you watched her, she went through the motions and she was implying, but only a few times did she come out and say, I have him. He's home with us. If you think, most of the time it was complete implication that she was going to school, coming home from school, all of that, making the bed with his pillows, all of that. I think it was recordings, except for the one time Aaron was live. But I think for the most part, only a few times that she actually said, he is here. He is home with us. But if I had to guess, we're not going to see any of that anymore. Unless she's willing to just abandon everything and, just abandon and take the risk that she'll never see her son again. I think she's going to come back on. I think she's going to have it'll be difficult. I don't know that she can. I think my opinion is what we're seeing now, and I'm not going to talk about the other things. What we're seeing now is Tink is just eyeing me. What we're seeing now is Gabby not having an outlet for attention, not being able to express and try to control what people are saying. I think right now all this other stuff is her outlet. If she was at the courthouse yesterday and this is what happened and she went and filed a restraining order and feisty, and then today she's delivered, where's her priorities? It's not where it should be. So yes, exactly. She wants people to talk in her absence. I think it's a little trick to maybe, I think she leaked the, I think she leaked the psych evaluation to a bunch of people trying to see where it ended up. And of course, Feisty was the person that, had the courage to read it and look at what's happening. I think that's probably sort of what she's trying to do with me, but yeah, I was bluffing. But if she comes back, I think it'll be solely to promote her book, try to get money. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to survive financially. I really don't. But I do believe, and I really, okay, so that sort of leads me into my next, the next part of my speech. What I want to tell people is I have been so overwhelmed with the kind words, the participation in the comments, the laughter, the clever humor, all of it. I am equally as have so much gratitude, and it really humbles me. The people that reach out to me in messages, both just to offer kind words, but also to ask for help. I don't mean financial help. I mean help with, a legal employment situation, a help with this situation, that situation. And I have really been trying hard, except for the last 2 days. I've been trying hard to, I tend to just read messages down. I've been trying really hard not just to leave the messages on scene, at least go back and respond a little bit. I'm so overwhelmed that I haven't been able to do that. Which leads me to, this is my plan as of now. I'm not going to say that I'll never stream Gabby. I'm not going to say that I would never talk about it. But what I think I'm going to do, and I don't know if it's just I'm going to shut off the comments or if I'm going to deactivate this account. But I think what I'm going to do is move over to my Think Pink. I've told you I want to do cat content. I have so many ideas. These cats are you just wouldn't believe all the material they give me. I want to do that. But I also want to, I want to do more topical discussions. There's my main account. If you're not following, please follow me. I want to do topical discussions. I've thrown out some topics. I want to talk to some true, let me do my puzzle piece. I want to hear people's stories about their PTSD. I want to hear just different things. I can't tell you how many people, maybe a dozen, a lot, but the number of people that have just messaged me and said, I would never get in a box. I've never even messaged anybody, but I really don't have friends, and I just like being in your chat. And I think there's some really lonely people out there. So I feel like maybe I can connect people that have certain interests. Cat ladies unite, right? I've although I don't want to talk about it tonight, I have loved having Marilee, and there was another another person that actually sent me their credentials in the field. I would love to talk about that aspect and their opinions and the psychology of some of this TikTok drama. I would like to, true crime, I just have so many ideas. If you don't know, I've been a breast cancer survivor since 2001. I had breast cancer in both breasts. I had a bilateral mastectomy, hysterectomy, chemo, long types of, years of treatment. And I don't talk about it frequently, but I do like to at least be able to stand here and tell you, here I am, literally 24 years later. And so many, just I have so many ideas, which includes a little bit of TikTok gossip, but I do want to move over there and really try to at least manage. And I don't want to sound ungrateful that I can't get back to everybody, because I am really extremely grateful. I've even thought, this is what my daughter told me. My daughter told me, she's 32. She's pretty wise, and I'd love to introduce you to her sometime. But when we were talking, when I was streaming Hippie Harley, she was reeling me in. I'm retired. I bought a house at the beach. I'm trying to renovate, redecorate all of this, and I've got all these cat ideas. I really think Tinker will definitely enjoy my golf cart. I think Tinker could even ride on a boogie board, like in the water. I really think Tinker has the potential to get a brand deal, to get a catio. I really think there's the potential. I will put this on my YouTube, which is Think Pink Streams. You probably won't be able to see the comments, but at least you can get the recap, because I can't do another recap, but you can listen. I will load it after I end this live. But my daughter said to me, just don't expand your platform, or don't keep building your platform on other people's unfortunate drama and lives. And she really thinks that my daughter has always said I'm a really good advice giver. She has her college roommates, high school friends. I give advice to a lot of people. I like to do that. Maybe I'll do a live advice actual column. Maybe people can, message me and we can debate the situation in person. Or I have a lot of ideas, and so I don't want to completely neglect some hot poppin' TikTok drama. But I do believe that we're for a lot of people, that Justice for Cam, and a lot of people that were so invested heavily. I do think that we're not going to get updates like we have been every couple of days, or we can talk about menopause. Absolutely. So I'm not saying that we won't do that, but I have so many ideas, and I think that it'll be cool. I'm gonna say this because it's widely debated about having gifts on every single day. I hear people criticize others, if you're awareness, if you're not awareness. Everybody has an opinion. I think if you've seen me, and I do appreciate that people do mention that I never have gifts on. I'm not making money. If you've seen me go in other people's boxes to talk or facilitate, it makes me so uncomfortable. And I've gotten a lot of messages, and I'm trying to put myself in this position, because I like to gift people. What I'm going to do, or what I'm thinking of doing, and you can tell me an opinion. I take constructive criticism extremely well. But I think what I'd like to do is, perhaps, I think I need to get to 10,000 on that account. if and when I can turn subscriptions on, thank you for the 2 million. I don't even know what to say. I appreciate all the tapping. You humble me. You humble me. If I can turn subscriptions on, not at this $9.99 super fan, whatever that is, there is a difference. I think you have to have 10,000 to do a lesser amount. I cannot turn my gifts on. What I will do is I will create a subscription, whatever the least, $2.99. I started to try to research, but when I thought that I think you have to get to 10,000. But what I want to say immediately, no, they're not. The super fans are $9.99, but you can still set up subscription less. And I'm researching it. What I want to say to people that immediately said, I can't afford it, I pledge that I will never do a sub-only live or chat. I will simply put that subscription out there. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee and want to do $2.99, I would be grateful for that. The only thing that you're going to get is emojis, because I will have Tinker and Tater and Boom Boom Liar, and I will have emojis that if you subscribe, you can do that. If not, you can do the TikTok emojis. I'm investigating. I just want to give you a heads up about that. Listen, I don't, people are givers and takers in life. I'm definitely a giver. I don't have any, I do not have savings. I bought this house. I live very comfortably with a government pension, for the 37 and a half years that I worked. And I love to talk about my job. I like to talk about the interesting investigations that I've done. I love to interview people. I have some really interesting people that I would love to interview. I just, in general, like to hear people's stories. And sometimes you just, I like a healthy debate. I like to mediate. I think that I could probably solve some of these TikTok relationships. I've really been disappointed the last couple of days what I've seen, because that I preach that everyone is welcome here. You can dislike each other. You can dislike creators, but everybody's welcome here. But I've seen well beyond just dislike. I hate cancel culture. You can express an opinion, but I've just seen extreme overreactions, and it's a good time to reset, take a break. Here's my thing. And I think that what I have seen in the last couple of days, I've told someone straight out yesterday, I don't think you're being truthful, but I also believe that you were just crucified for, blindsided. You can disagree with somebody. You can even criticize them. You can even call them a liar with some dignity. That's what I've seen. The lack of human dignity over the last 30 hours. I don't know. But anyway, I am good. Somebody said to me, what about the days of Holly Mae in court? I thought, holy shit, that was wild. That was wild. But maybe I can do other types of mediation. But I just want to tell you, I have a lot of ideas. I don't want to lose the connections.
We have no.
Think Pink Streams is my YouTube. And I was going to do, I was going to rename this channel. And the Fearless is a little bit hard to give up because that's been my identity. And I was going to rename it. But you know what? I'll keep it here for a backup, but I think I'm just going to go with my main account, ThinkPink13. If I stream Gabby, I will be away. As far as I know, I will be away for the next couple of days. So I'll be checking back on the weekend. But, oh, that's a good suggestion. But, mediator. Oh, 222. You know how much I love that. Let's do a little cat check-in. So here's the thing. Watch this. Oh, dear Smudgy. Smudgy. Hey, Smudgy. It's hard to see him. Let's see who's in the boss chair. Who's in the boss chair? Who's in the boss chair? Do you have something to say? I'm teaching her how to talk. Do you have something to say? Oh, no stuff. Now here's the thing. I got with that professional microphone I got when Five and I were going to do a podcast. Anyway, I had the TV like behind the desk, but then I couldn't spin it. Oh, Tater's not there. All right, we're gonna have to go on a journey. Is this the way Gabby does? Oh shoot! Wait. Is this the way Gabby does it? Is this the way Gabby does it when she walks through the house, holds it up? Is this the way she does it? Oh no, not mirror. Wait, hang on. I'll open it up. I'll hold up the light. See little Tater in there? He's in his hut. Smudgy's here. I know I don't have lights. I don't have adequate lighting. Tatey, just calm down. You can stay sleeping. All right, now here's this one. It's wet food time. Wait. Oh, hush. This is what you do. Can I tell you how damn weird this is to hold the camera up? Wait. Is this how she walks? I can't tell you how weird that is. Anyway. I think that is all I have to say. I appreciate all of you. I am literally going to, one of my mod friends has a hairless cat. So that was rude. I apologize for that. That waddle was rude. I'm going to upload this to YouTube and I'm going to check in with my neighbor, see what's going on. But I appreciate the, I don't know if tolerance is the right word, but the fact that I really didn't come on here with receipts of, I wanted to explain why. Go Birds, that the birds took my blood pressure into that game. But I appreciate, I very, very, very much value that people believe I have some credibility, and I really, it is one of the things I'm proud about. I really don't like to bullshit. But anyway, I don't know if All the Smoke is live. I know she was going to go live and she was going to hold off to support over here, but I'm going to end this. I'm going to feed my cats and put my earbuds in, and I'm going to listen. Think Pink Streams is my YouTube. Think Pink Streams. Think Pink 13 is my main account that I'm probably, and I'll post something. Like the first live I'll do, I'll post over here and there. I'll set up a time I'll set up a topic. Maybe this weekend when I get back, we'll just do a recap of what's happening down there in Florida. But please treat everybody with some dignity, even the people that you despise. There is a way, and I could teach a class on this. I can teach a class on, I am well trained and certified on having difficult conversations. Maybe we'll have some master classes, TikTok etiquette. But thank you so much, everyone. I genuinely appreciate all of you so very much, and have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in a few days.